part two with the second video of the Capstone project. So we're gonna talk about what can we learn from American literature and what is American about living in America, and what do Americans believe and value. So I did talk about this a little bit in the first video of the Capstone project about what can we learn from American literature, and in a sense, essentially we just learn history in itself. We can delve into a variety of things, but it boils down to just learning from our mistakes, seeing where we come from, and from those results we can see what methods or specific laws would work and what doesn't work in a functional society, which has got us to the specific point that we are today in the 21st century. What I personally believe is American about living in America is just, in the 21st century, it's just having, in a sense, liberty and freedom to do as you please, to do what you wish. Obviously, there's going to be some restrictions. Of course, not everybody can do exactly what they want, but going back to doing exactly what you want to. Like talking about, and one of the previous historical prominent figures we talked about in the assignments was Harriet Jacobs, who was a very prolific historical figure who fought for equal rights for not only black and white for blacks, but also for women as well. She lived in a society where she didn't have the exact same liberties and freedoms as people do now in the 21st century, and she just wanted to be treated exactly the same as every other white man, because people in the 19th century weren't exactly fair, let's just put it that way. But what's so American about living in America at the moment is just that since we went through those specific hard times and coming out of it, what makes everything so American per se is just having this natural freedom just to come out, speak exactly what you will, not worried about any specific backlash. Of course, maybe some things that may be considered controversial that you may bring up, but of course it's not like you're going to get rocked, you're not going to get booed off the stage like Harriet Jacobs did when she tried to speak upon the podium, and people were just not having it. But we live in a different time, and we learned from that in the past. So, in a sense, I do believe what Americans believe and value is just fairness for all, not being ruled by one specific person, and we value our freedom and our liberty. I know I keep bringing that up, but it's something that I feel like needs to be continued and constantly said, because I was reminded considerably throughout this course about how we just neglected freedoms and rights of a variety of different minorities, like American Indians, Black Hawk, African Americans, like Omar Ibn said. He may have had more liberties than other black slaves, but that was only because he was actually educated, and the white man took interest upon that and said, oh, look, he might stand out a little bit, so let's treat him differently. But for the rest of the African American population, is treated like garbage and terrible. But yeah, sorry about that, kind of going back. So what we believe and value is freedom and liberty, of course.